Don't I know you, sir?
Don't believe so. I haven't been here in many years. Name's Silas Greaves.
Silas Greaves? The bounty hunter?
Used to be.
What are you doing here in Abilene?
Just passing through. Got a little business to take care of.
Well, sir, it would be an honor if you would allow me to buy you a beer.
Hell, son, it would be my honor to drink it.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
That might
I'm
need to
Dwight.
censor that.
That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. Oh, I bet you got some great stories.
A couple.
Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
A few.
What about your shootout with Henry Plummer's gang in Bannock, Montana? Is that where you started as a bounty hunter? That's what it says in this here dime novel.
Don't believe everything you read in them dime novels, boy.
Oh yes, only the finest source
First man
of
I
truth.
hunted was back when I was riding with Billy the Kid.
You knew Billy the Kid?
Damn right. That scrawny son of a bitch had no fear. Wouldn't back down for nobody.
I heard he collected the 10 stars off any crooked lawmen who crossed him.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
Kid had a big chip on his shoulder and a hair-trigger temper. Made him dangerous as hell.
Certainly sounds like a bad combination.
It was about 30 years ago. Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking Springs.
This literally
I threw
is
in with the kid
just
because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies.
sort of the Borderlands
But before I
version
tell you
of,
why I want that sumbitch dead,
fucking Red Dead Redemption.
let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly
No, not
I had this funny feeling.
Funny, haha.
It's
No, Steve.
for-
The other kind of funny.
fuck. This game's pretty much just what you would get if you crossed Red Dead Redemption and Borderlands when it comes to the style. Because it's, I believe, a cell-shaded Wild West shit.
We're missing all the fun.
I knew those two morons would never let me through. I had no choice.
Is he with us?
Oh yeah, right. Sure West gets rid of the HUD elements.
Was it Pat Garrett's posse?
Oh yeah. I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast.
They're coming from the rear!
Garrett and his army of deputies had surrounded the entire homestead. I decided to help Billy and the boys out of it.
Covering fire!
But that's not,
So that's just what I did.
makes it damn near
New
impossible
Mexico
to aim
was made for the kids'
fucking
apprehension.
real life.
Garrett was
This
able
isn't
to
real
hire
life, it's
every
fucking
gun
video
hand in
game.
Lincoln County.
Also, that's not at all where you're supposed to be loading. And just from the loading gates, it's on the right side. It's not the fucking other side.
Watch out! It's one of them! God damn it, he's right behind us! Where the hell is he?
Garrett's men were running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off. Still, one of them reached the water tower. Not a bad idea. It would be a turkey shoot from up there. Luckily, these shooters Garrett hired weren't the sharpest tools in the shed. The right position is very important. Personally, I prefer to be on top.
Oh, you do you?
Indeed, darling. But where was I? Oh, yeah. A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or drunken drifters looking to make a few bucks. Then, I heard a friendly voice yelling at me from the window. I cut their numbers in half. But that just made the ones that were left twice as mad.
In the window!
Back door! We'll cover you! Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house. They made up for their lack of skill with a seemingly endless supply of ammo. It was a bit of a slog, but I finally fought my way around the back of the house.
This
And
also
like
might not
that,
be the
I
best
was
time
inside,
you
to be
bastard!
none the
recording
worse
this.
for wear.
Also fucking tired.
I passed Dirty Dave, and upstairs I found Billy and Charlie Bowlby.
in a trap.
Billy
yes.
looked at me and said, "About time, amigo. Grab a gun and get to the window."
He's already wearing
So
a noose
you
so
were
they can
friends
hang
with
him.
Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of. Anyway, we were surrounded by dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm. I'm telling you, Garrett's men were dropping like flies, but they just kept on coming. That's when Charlie got hit. "They're catching us in a crossfire," shouted Billy. "Get to the other side."
I should probably be using the rifle, but so this is a Wild West game, and I have the option to. So I basically am obligated to just fucking.
I don't know how many of those cocksuckers I personally put down, but it was pretty clear, even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the better part of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was time to cut and run.
That's
They
not
got a
all we're
Gatling,
supposed to be
Billy
looking
shouted.
at.
"Get the horses and bring them round back. I'll
That's
draw
not
their
all.
attention."
That's not all we're supposed
He
to.
directed
fucking
that order
load
at
this
me,
damn thing, you know.
and I thought, why the hell do I have to do it?
Those poor sons of bitches are
Many
done
would have
for.
fled in my place. But I had that false sense of invincibility that many young men have. Like Jack.
What are you saying, old man?
Jack is just joshing with you now.
Yeah, he better be.
Mr. Greaves, please continue.
Please, call me Silas. Where was it?
You were heading for the barn.
Right. Making my way past a passel of fallen foes.
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up. Finally, I had the stables within my reach. After the fight, maybe we could treat ourselves to some fried chicken. And that's when I met Sheriff Pat Garrett.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star.
You know, I wish I could wear my cowboy hat when playing this, but cowboy hats and headphones don't exactly mix.
You challenged him to a showdown.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake.
Okay, now this here is my favorite part about this game. In the first two games, Call of Juarez and Call of Juarez Bound in Blood, you would have to fucking slam your fucking cursor down into the ground and then bring it back up when you were dueling.
And that you killed him in a fair fight.
Is that what that Penny Dreadful said?
It would
no,
rarely
boy.
actually
That
work
ain't what I meant
properly.
when I said I met Pat Garrett.
But here,
So let me start again. I finally reached those damn stables.
you just have to keep the cursor over the guy and press and D to move your hands so your speed increases. And then press left mouse to actually draw, fire, and AMD when drawn on to dodge.
Stepped inside, and bam! Last thing I heard was Garrett's voice. That's not Billy.
And go on. How did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
So I'm fairly certain that that old mechanic did work better in the first Call of Juarez game than it did in the second.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to, the bastard had clocked me with his Colt.
And the kid surrendered?
When he realized there was no getting out of there alive.
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
Indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid. It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after. He was with John Kinney's gang, and they were sworn enemies of Billy's regulators.
Why were you after him?
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence. Luckily, it was right around then that I heard Billy make his move. He shot Jim Bell and a few other guards as he made his getaway. Later, they wrote that some lady friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape too. My first order of business was finding a firearm. Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shotgun.
Ah, yes. Good old double barrel.
I saw Billy through the window, and he yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did. Hell yeah, that scattergun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off his feet. You hardly had to aim the damn thing.
Okay.
Guards were everywhere
Honestly,
looking for him.
Normally I wouldn't pick up the quick shooter, or normally, but this section I would say the quick shooter is good. Because
I had to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where I could, but
honestly,
some of that wood was slippery as hell. The whole town was up in arms. Suddenly, I was a fugitive.
it's just more fun.
So
with
that
the quick
bastard you
shooters,
were
yeah.
after, what did he do?
He did me and my family a grievous harm. But I knew if I was ever going to find him, I would need to get my ever-loving ass out of there. I tried to be stealthy and sneak my way past.
But
But
then
hell,
I
if
said,
they weren't all
"Steal
waiting for me.
for cowards."
Apparently, some of them thought I was Billy.
I'm here!
See, me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and coloring. I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun.
Surrender yourself!
So much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the ground. I knew I needed to find a horse.
It's probably best if I
Though I never did have a great fondness for those four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts. We prize them too high, if you ask me.
Although I'm gonna.
But where
try
was
to do
the
it
kid
anyway.
while you were busy getting shot at?
Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free. So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town. I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
No, because they all thought I was Billy, and all that blame would fall on him. Meanwhile, Deputy Bob Ollinger was organizing a posse to put me down. He was already a mean son of a bitch, but he was doubly pissed that I stole his mean-ass shotgun.
On your tail! Did you get away?
So normally I try my best to steer away
Finally,
from quick
I found what I was looking for. The stables on the edge of town.
in my opinion. It is for people that like go and fucking fast. In my opinion, the quick shooter is for people that fucking go at doing eternal full level speeds with headshots.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Sure he did. He dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No,
That
sir.
might not be.
Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out. Hello,
Might not
Bob.
be the
I
best
said,
script.
I think you better let me go. And he says, I don't think so, boy. Not with my shotgun. So we stood there in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself.
Fast. My focus went down supremely the second my cursor went off him. That's really the only problem I have with this. If, like, your shit goes away way too fast if it gets off.
I killed him in a fair fight. Everybody saw I had no damn choice. Well, Lincoln got a mite depopulated that day.
Like, even if it's for
Matt
like
Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later,
second.
so his escape was all
it's
for naught
gonna
anyway.
fucking go down by like 20 or 30%.